Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another special bonus episode on the Killer Kaiju podcast. As always, it's Lucas and Josh. Say hi, buddy.
Hi.
Yeah. And today we are watching part 3 of Friday the 13th in 3D, but not actually. We're watching in the 2D version.
I wish we were watching the 3D version.
The red and blue would give me a headache, I think, and trying to look at the other screen and look at all our information in the red and blue would probably be a nightmare and a half.
We're only missing like a popping eyeball and a few other things. It's not that big of a deal.
As always, folks, if this is your first time jumping into the podcast, commentary/podcast, you can watch the film along with us, and we'll provide you with fun facts and our experiences and opinions while we watch it. Or you can just listen to it as a regular podcast doing your everyday stuff. That being said, we are going to hop right into today's film and start giving you all those good fun facts and good bloody goodness. And a lot of boobies in this one, as I remember, I think.
Boobies.
We'll see. Alrighty, guys. So with that being said, we'll just do the countdown and we'll jump right into this. Oh God, we're watching the uncut version of the film. 3D, it comes in the collection, so odds are if you live in North America, this is probably the version you have, so you should have no time issues. So 3, 2, 1, let's begin.
I'm already excited.
Oh, this one's so great. So obviously, guys, if you are watching this for the first time, turn this podcast off, go watch this film, enjoy it, and then come back and listen to our podcast and watch along with it if you care about the spoilers, because we will be talking spoilers for the entire franchise, I'm assuming, and throughout these. So definitely be wary of that. It would help if I had the proper time.
Okay, there we go.
There we are. This is the music we want. Kill, kill, kill. So, as we all know, this is the movie where Jason gets his mask. And like Friday the 13th classic tradition, they will recap the last movie because it's probably been a year since you've seen it because they came out every year. Interesting enough, this is the first one to actually be released on Friday the 13th.
Why do we need subtitles?
Oh, well, I mean, because we're going to be talking over it. I don't know. I just assumed it'd be nice to have subtitles. When we watch the kaiju movies, we usually have subtitles because they're not speaking English. So when we watch these ones and we have subtitles, it throws us for a little bit of a spin. But
I can't help but to read it and then not watch the movie.
That's okay. That way we can still hear what's going on. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I live for subtitles too. I'm a very subtitle heavy person because especially with no offense to the editing or the producing style, but like a lot of Christopher Nolan movies and a lot of Warner Brothers films, especially, they often turn the action above the volume in the dialogue and they don't EQ their dialogue right. And sometimes it's impossible to understand what people are saying. Usually in these older films, it's okay. But with us talking over the film, and I haven't seen this movie in quite a long time, I just like to have the subtitles on so I can hear the plot driving here. So we're obviously being recapped at the end of part 2.
A fun fact real quick. This is the only way to kill Jason in the game. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, is it to put on a sweater?
Yeah, you got to put on a sweater and work with another male teammate, and then the male will kill him while you talk to him.
Oh, interesting.
Pretend to be Pam.
There you go. I mean, you can't play the game anymore because I'm pretty sure the servers are dead now.
You can still play it. Yeah, you can still play it. It's just local play, basically.
Oh, okay. That's still fun, then. I am excited to see his appearance. I know we talked about this last time in Dead by Daylight. It is being worked on, and it is happening. So I'm still very excited for that. This is funny. So this recap almost gives us a recap of the first one and the second one in a way, because in this ending of the second movie, it recaps the first one. That's a nice little bend. I think, is it this one that has the really weird eye exploding intro?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure because it was 3D.
Because it's in 3D, yeah.
There's a lot of 3D gimmicks in this movie for sure. I don't know. What's your stance on 3D movies, Josh? You like watching 3D movies?
Hell no.
No, me neither. Hurts my eyes.
The only 3D movie I've ever watched and actually enjoyed was when I watched Finding Dory, which is super lame, but I was like, man, it feels like I'm under the sea and I hate it.
Yeah, I would hate that too. I watched that one standard, I think. The last 3D movie I remember seeing that I really enjoyed, other than Spy Kids 3 Game Over, what up, was Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar. When
I thought you were talking about like the Airbender.
No, the blue people.
No, I want the Airbender.
It was cool in 3D because again, it was the real 3D. It wasn't the red blue 3D, and there was a lot of, it was CGI heavy, and like it had lots of beautiful colors, and they weren't gimmicky with the 3D, right? It wasn't like, oh, here's this thing flying at the camera, blah blah blah. The 3D was meant to just immerse and spread the visuals out so it didn't look so cluttered with it all being CGI. And I enjoyed that half of it. But that's, I think, the only movie in general I've ever really enjoyed watching in 3D that wasn't gimmicky.
Oh, you know what? I'm a liar. My Bloody Valentine, the remake.
Oh, true.
That movie's pretty solid in 3D.
Yeah, that's a good one. We should tackle that movie eventually too. The original
Valentine's Day
remake. There you go.
We got time.
So
movies for holidays.
I hate how they recap so much of the ending of this one. Like they didn't have to do the whole thing. They could have just done, you know, from where even shaving off the chase scene with the window and just had it been Jason walking in and her already done up in the sweater. It could have shaved some time.
I like it in the sense of if you don't watch them like one after the other, you can basically just throw on one and you're like, oh yes, this is what happened.
I mean, it's not like there's plot in these movies.
Fuck off.
Guy walks around, kills people. Plot. I'm gonna just come right out of the gate at this one. This is the most disliked by reviews anyway, Friday the 13th movie out of all of them. Like Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell, all have higher scores than this movie.
Nah.
Facts.
Yeah, facts for them. Nah.
Yeah, I love this movie.
You don't know
too.
Movies then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, no.
Like, I enjoy this one. Now, here's the part. Here's the thing. I think the special effects.
Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah, I think I know that a lot of the hate comes from the 3D aspect of it and how they were getting gimmicky, and it was just the gimmick of the time, and they just hopped on board with it type deal. But the only thing I don't like about this movie is I think for a fact the special effects kind of took a dive in this one. Like I like the creative kills and I like the setup and I like the film, but it does look a lot cheaper than the other movies, in my opinion. Like, I think some of the kills, as we watch it,
enjoy this movie.
Yeah, it's still a good film, but I can see why people like kind of dog on it for it not being up to quality and par with the other ones when it comes to special effects and I would say cinematography in a way. But I love this one for the nostalgic reason that I like the characters in this one a lot. Like Shelly, who we'll get into later, our comedic character who ends up being the one. Oh, there's the logo coming out of the eyes.
Didn't Jaws 3 come out in 3D as well?
Yep. But it was after this one because obviously Paramount owns them as well. This was the
like
first
right now
movie.
We would be getting the 3D.
Yeah.
Pow.
This is the first movie that Paramount ever did in 3D. I think maybe they did one before in the 50s, but it was like a long time before they tried again. So this was like when the 3D was getting better and the gimmick was really hitting, like movies like I mean, this was probably one of the first horror movies to be done in 3D. I wonder. But like I said, this one, I love Shelly and I love a lot of the characterization in this one. Like I know for a fact the actor who played Shelly got the job because they were recruiting people in the town and he was walking around handing out flyers, inviting people to a horror movie screening of like a bunch of old classic horror films. And they're like, hey, you like horror movies? You want to be in one? And he was like, hell yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool how he got the job. And while these credits are going through, we might as well give a couple more fun facts. Interesting enough, the only original 3D format, there's only a few copies left that can play in theaters of the original 3D format. And ironically enough, the Royal Independent Movie Theater in Toronto, which closed in 2006, was one of the few places to actually own the original format, and they screened it every Halloween. That's really cool because Toronto's not too far away from where we are, so it's a cool little close to home thing. I like it. I will say one thing. I love how this one opens. It was supposed to open differently. Originally, it was supposed to have Ginny, who is our survivor from the last one, the actress Amy Steele. She was supposed to come back, and it was supposed to be the beginning in a psychiatric hospital, and she was suffering trauma from what happened. And eventually, like she's tracked down by Jason, and Jason murders people in the hospital and her. And that was how it was supposed to start. So I think they replaced the recap and then did this scene instead. And I like this one. I find it adds a lot of suspense and buildup. And it also gives you the feeling that, like, you know, maybe just living in this town isn't safe. You don't necessarily have to be the people who are there.
They kept with him not leaving the camp.
Yeah.
I mean, like once you add that
last one, right?
I know, but that's exactly. Oh, there's another 3D scene that we would have saw.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah,
those.
but like even in the last one, I didn't like that either. That's the one part I don't like is that you're ruining like the spiritual kind of haunting of Jason leaving
Yeah.
the camp. Like it's the scariness. If he can just wander around, you could find him. Well, I guess he goes to Manhattan.
So with the fact of this one being 3D and gimmicky, we're gonna do a gimmick count. So every time we get a scene, we're like, "Yep, that was made for 3D." We'll do a count. So right now we're at 3 because the intro with the eyes popping out. We'll count the credits as 1, and then the pull
stick
there.
thing.
Yeah, him adjusting the laundry on the line. And so right now we're at 3. I don't think the antenna counts there though. Yep, there it is. 4.
Yeah, so I mean, we're only like 5 minutes in. At least we've gotten 4 3Ds instead of them wasting it. So they're trying their best. They're trying.
See, even on the TV there, it says that she was taken to the hospital and stuff like that. I'm assuming that's where they used that instead of having her. And it wasn't for a fact that they changed their mind. It was actually Amy Steele who changed her mind, and even afterwards, she said that she regretted it. I like that we get a first shot of Jason there, kind of briefly in the shadow of him walking between the laundry. Nice shot.
Spoopy.
And that started the fantastic cliche of killers hiding in sheets on clothing lines.
I think Michael did that one.
Did he? Yeah, I guess at what point, but probably first because he's had a franchise longer than Jason.
Yep.
Maybe not in film count wise, but definitely like in if he was first and earlier.
He was definitely first in it, but I mean, Jason's franchise will always be better in my eyes. I love Michael better as a character, but the franchise with Jason will always be better because with Michael, you basically count the first 2 and then you can just like stop there and then watch 2018 or H2O, I guess. There are a few that are like enjoyable, but then there's other moments that just ruin it for me completely.
Yeah, and I find a lot of it has to do with the fact too that Michael's a very grounded in realism character. Like he is a psychopath and a person, right? And it's not until later where stuff starts to become supernatural. While something like Jason is, a little more. I know it's like emotionless, but it's true in a way. Like he, doesn't have any ties to. They're just so similar, but like there's something about Jason that you feel more disconnected from him. While Michael, you feel more connected with him. And I feel like that disconnectivity with Jason allows you just to keep going with the silliest of movies and just keep pumping them out, not giving a shit. Well, like when they did that with Halloween, fans started to get pissed.
Yeah, well, I mean, Michael's basically like a sociopath. Like he just doesn't show emotion at all, so we can just shut that off. Where Jason has emotions, he's just kind of pissed, I guess.
And I will say, I guess the full explanation would be Michael's serious. These movies are silly.
Yeah.
Halloween movies are meant to be seriously scary. These are meant to be stupid slasher films, watch with your friends. Sometimes get scared at the killer moments, but then laugh. Like you'd never seen scenes like this in a Halloween film. You know what I mean? Like
this scene right here would kill my girlfriend.
The peanuts, major peanut allergies. I like that he has the bunny. It's also gross how he owns the. Can we just talk about it? We're not gonna not talk.
Oh, that he's just like sampling all the food and then putting it back.
Yeah, he drinks out of the bottle. Not even pours into a glass. Drinks it out of the bottle, then puts the lid back on and sells it. Oh, guy, come on.
He's one of those dickheads that like drinks one of the cans of Coke and then offers a 10% discount.
Yeah. Exactly.
Never.
I don't think he has to lose weight. He's in
I was
pretty
just
good
gonna say
shape.
that. I'm like, he doesn't even look that big.
If anything, she needs to put on some weight. Look how fucking tiny she is.
Now you're making fun of the rabbit too?
Jeez. Fat shame the guy. Get mad at the rabbit.
Also, that rabbit looks like it's been well taken care of compared to a normal outside rabbit.
Yeah. Very much so. So this is obviously a trained to rabbits.
Yeah. Oh, of course. But I mean, like when she was like, "You filthy," I'm like, I'm insulted now.
I know he looks
nice rabbit. This is a nice, clean rabbit. It's a nice boy right there, or girl. Potato, whatever. Potato, patata.
Potato, patata. I love he puts him in the dirty ass wheelbarrow though. Oh, that's right. He kills the other bunnies. I forgot about that.
Jason's a dick.
5.
Yep. Also, that's another difference between Michael and him. Michael's only ever killed or hurt an animal in the Rob Zombie remake.
Yeah.
Where Jason, killed the bunnies and shit, and we're only in the third movie.
Yeah, 100%.
different trades, different killers.
Oh, that's right. This is the toilet scene.
That's the
Coca-Cola.
worst way to die. Literally the worst way to die.
Those,
and yeah, product
look
placement.
similar to
Coca-Cola. Oh, look at us.
The boxes in All Monsters Attack, if you don't say so myself.
But with Pepsi.
Oh, that's right. It was Pepsi.
It was Pepsi, and
there you go.
But it's product placement. See, he's just drinking shit, and he's like, buy some Coca-Cola. Go to the concession stand.
You Coca-Cola or Pepsi? You Godzilla or you Jason? What are you?
I kind of like Pepsi more, but I mean, I'm gonna go Jason.
Oh yeah, because you grew up with. I mean, I grew up with both. I would, but you have.
I like Pepsi more.
Oh, if it comes to pop, I would take Coke for sure.
I like Coke. I just feel like it burns way more than Pepsi.
Oh yeah,
does.
It's got a chalky kind of taste to it. I like that.
It's got like this weird coating that, like, yeah, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan.
Like Coke feels like I'm tasting like a soda classic, like rich pop. It's fizzy and sandy, but like when I drink Pepsi, it's almost too smooth. I feel like I'm just drinking fucking like safe to drink gasoline.
I just like root beer.
Yeah, okay, but where you stand on
way
root
to
beer,
go? Though? Oh, way to go is always root beer.
Dad's root beer is the best.
Just root beer in general, I'm in.
And Barks,
unless if it's diet.
Yeah, some people don't have that option though.
Yeah, I know, but no diet for me, please.
No, and aspartame's a lot worse for you than sugar. You'd be better off to portion your pop and just have like quarter can and
or just don't drink stuff. It.
Yeah, than to do aspartame and use diet pop in most cases.
Dun, 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 dun.
Don't look the other way. That was your mistake.
Yay.
I love how in that shot, I think you're going to go for the face and he gets him in the chest. It almost like it makes it kind of off and it makes it a little more freakier. I love it. Harold. Why couldn't have this bitch died first? Did that axe kind of turning at the camera count as one? I don't think so. I think it was a little too far back. It wasn't in my face, so I'm not going to.
I think it's just a normal one. Sorry, drinking water.
I'd say that's probably just a normal kill. Then we're still at 5 for gimmicks.
So are we doing a separate count for boobs?
Yes, always.
All right.
Usually that count.
I still think one set should count as 2 boobs, though. So it's like 2. That's so 2, funny. 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Boobs.
Exactly. It was better than the last one. I remember we watched Friday the 13th Part 2, and then we watched Godzilla versus was it Megalon? Yeah, and it had more boobs than the Friday movie did.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw in that one scene, it was real quick, but they had a product placement for Chunky Soups.
6.
I was like, there's 6.
I like too that she got stabbed through the mouth and the head because she never shut the fuck up. So that was like almost like a nod saying, "Hey, this is why you died."
Even Jason was annoyed of it.
Yeah, he's like, "Yo, this bitch was talking shit about this rabbit. Gone, death."
Yeah, I wouldn't want to date Shelly either. I would have bopped him a while ago.
Shelly's great. What are you saying?
Shelly's hilarious, but he would try and prank you at the most annoyingest places and like situations.
Now,
see, like right now, everyone's trying to be serious, and there's just Shelly being like, "Yup." Josh moment.
Supposed to be kind of like
it's just like dating me.
I guess they kind of give him like a. I think the idea they were going for is that he's like a little special. You know what I mean? Like he's got
socially awkward.
He's got a couple social cue issues. And I think for a lot of people, especially people who liked these movies, who weren't the average moviegoer, like related with him a lot. At least I did. I felt like.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I relate with him. I would just be annoyed if I was trying to date this man and they were just like, "Here's a random date," and then he showed up in this.
Yeah,
I'd be like, "Oh, not again."
Oh, she not going.
Oof.
They know what happened there. I love how you just hear all the screaming. I think I'll speak Spanish. Has the mask on.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about these.
It's not on fire. It's Josh. They're relaxing.
Two people who look like they're straight ripped out of a Texas Chainsaw movie.
Oh yeah, 100%. Scooby Doo and Shaggy, and then there's a Doors sticker and a Grateful Dead one. More product placement. Buy our albums.
Hey, if they're smoking bong, they better have a Grateful Dead sticker. That or the
fish.
Floyd.
Yep.
That sounds like a pretty good plan.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yay, Canada.
Whoop de whoop, Canada. I do like the this is the one where they have to eat it, right?
Yeah. Like
yeah.
the cops
Okay.
pull them
Just
over.
want to make sure.
I'm pretty sure it comes up soon.
Oh, here we get number 7. There it is, and it's a joint.
I like that one. That's probably the best one.
3D gimmick number 7.
That's how I feel with my mask collection. I'm literally staring at it right now.
My whole world. You got a Jason mask in that collection?
Yeah, he's got a Jason mask. I have the exact part 3 one. That's why I'm staring at it. Hood and all.
Oh, so yeah, here we go. The cops are driving behind them and they're like, oh shit, they're gonna pull us over. So he just starts eating it. We're going
should have
to
just
jail.
shoved it down their pants.
Oh, so she's pregnant.
I think he's also eating mushrooms.
Have I never noticed that before?
Wait,
she just says that. The main girl in the middle. She's like, we're pregnant, remember?
Oh.
Jesus, that girl's pregnant? That's concerning.
And now they just ate all their weed for the entire weekend?
Yep.
You fucked up. Told you. Should have shoved it down your pants.
Yeah.
When in doubt.
Put it in a bag and shove it somewhere you don't want to for a few minutes. It'll be okay.
Yep.
I actually totally forget how this one starts. Why they're going to this place. Oh, right, because of the kill we saw this morning. Or this morning, in their morning. You know what I mean?
This morning.
This morning we saw it.
That one too.
This movie for fucking 12 hours. That's too funny.
Wow, an ambulance. Stop being nosy little bitches.
Right?
Keep driving. Keep your eyes on the road.
She doesn't even go here. Jesus.
I think she went to my school.
So a really cool fun fact about this one too, just to keep things driving a bit. To prevent the film's plot being leaked, like most of their films, they used fake titles. So for this one, the fake title for this movie was called Crystal Japan, and it was after a David Bowie song. And this was the first time it was used, and it became an on and off again tradition of giving the Friday movies David Bowie song titles during filming.
Look, Lucas, there's a Snorlax in the road. Sorry, I had to.
This is where we get gimmick number 8. Keep your eye on the screen and you'll find out what it is. Kind, generous young people, and you're all gonna die.
Oh, they're definitely all gonna die. Well, we'll see.
See?
Ooh, a nice chunky eye.
Get it? I found this today. It's an eyeball. Whose eyeball do you think it is? The guys or the girls?
Oh, probably the girls.
Yeah.
And then like Jason was just rolling up and he was like, hey, crazy man, you want this eyeball?
I have warned thee. There's number 8.
I have warned thee. Because it's an eye.
That jokes. Holds it there too.
Higgins Haven.
Good old Higgins Haven. Nice canoe they got on the roof though. Like that doesn't have a lot of dings or scratches out of it. Sketchiest bridge ever. Every time I see this scene, it reminds me of Evil Dead, the bridge they cross, and then when they go back over it, and it's gone. That's number 2, right? Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, I don't. I think both.
Is it in
first
both?
and second?
Okay.
Yeah, because they go to the cabin again in the second. I also don't get why they didn't just nail down the planks.
There was a nail shortage because Jason was stealing them all to kill people.
Yeah, okay. People in like Japan have been using wood for nails. You just make a little hole and then like a peg, and there's ways around this. They're being lazy fuckers.
Oh yeah. Man, see, Shelley's a jack of all trades, man. He can juggle. Did you see him? He's juggling.
I'm looking at that Zeppelin sticker on the window.
It's not what I thought you were going to say you were looking at.
Sorry. It was a cool sticker.
That's so funny. So here she goes in and she gets murdered. No, I think we get introduced to our camp head leader guy who's going to be like our big macho man save the day character of this movie, or at least he tries to be. Yeah, that's him, all right.
What if it like wasn't your girlfriend, girl person thing? It was like Shelly that walked through the door.
I mean, hey,
Nom, nom, nom,
whatever
nom.
floats your boat, right? Maybe Shelly had a
threw
good
him
time.
right off.
Maybe he didn't.
Shelly's finally loved.
Oh, excuse me. So I'm pretty sure it's her character was the one, yeah, because she just said she hasn't been in forever. When she had the encounter with Jason without
when
the
she was
mask
younger
in the forest.
Yep.
So that scene, and when you watch it, it definitely makes a lot of sense. But originally, and by the way, folks, there's without being said, there's an explicit warning for swearing. And this next conversation we're going to have dives a little bit into some sensory issues with sexual assault. Just a forewarning. That original shot of her being attacked by Jason in the woods was actually supposed to be a rape scene. They said that it was too controversial, and it also makes no sense because that's not really what Jason is about, and it would kind of go against it. So it was ultimately
100%.
taken out of the film. And I'm like, well, yeah, it was never filmed, but it was originally in the screenplay.
It wouldn't make sense, especially because like he doesn't like people that are fucking. So why would he want to bang?
Why would it's like he's a hypocrite then? He has to kill himself.
Exactly. So that doesn't line up with any. If they wanted to make any story line up, would be that one. That if you're doing drugs, drinking, or banging, you're dying. That's the only thing they've kept up in these movies throughout like all of them.
So an interesting another fun fact I heard about this film too is that exactly 1 hour into the film is when Jason gets his hockey mask. So when he gets his mask, we're going to check the timestamp and see if that's true.
All right, we're at 25 minutes now.
Yeah. So we'll see if that fact is correct. Yeah, just another thing we got to point out, folks, just how low budget these films were, but how much they made because of they were low budget. This film made $36,985,000. Do you know what the budget was for this film?
Like 40,000?
Oh no, 4 million. But
I don't know, man.
But it's still, that's an incredible amount. Like that's over $30 million in their pocket, in the studio's pocket.
If someone rolled up and gave me a hammock, I'd be very upset. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, I love hammocks. What do you say?
I hate them. I couldn't sleep in it.
I mean,
good death.
Who really sleeps in these movies? It's like a free sex swing. Though usually when you look at budgets for movies, like let's say the budget for this was 4 million, you usually add a little more on. Like people usually say take the budget and add 10%, because there's usually other expenditures that weren't added in the official budget, etc., to get your most accurate readings. But still, that's a ridiculous profit. So, see, there you go. Paramount's first 3D film before this was 28 years earlier in 1954, and it was Ulysses, Ulysses. Never heard of it.
Never seen it.
Is it a
horror check it out sometime.
Let's see. So it's color by Technicolor. So it was Ulysses. So it was like a Hercules as kind of story, I guess. There you go. Interesting. Maybe we'll check it out. Maybe we won't. That all depends. I would have been pissed if I was this guy after pulling that rope up all that time and she was just standing on it the whole time.
Exactly.
Like, what a bitch.
Well, I mean, have you ever thrown hay? Because I have.
Yeah.
And it would be an interesting one. I would be like, nah, there's a weight difference, and I just drop her.
I'd like to say that's 2.5 stories. She would have definitely hurt her ankle really bad. I mean, she did fall into hay, but still. Oh, and here we go. I think here's another one of Shelley's sick jokes. Still haven't seen another 3D gimmick, though. I think we're still at 8.
Dun, dun, dun.
I imagine, though, because this movie was a little ahead of the 3D curve, I heard as well the studio actually ended up spending money to along with sending the film out to send them proper lenses so they could actually view the films at their theaters. So this Paramount was forced to spend an extra $8 to $10 million to actually get Part 3 into theaters. Hey, but hey, that's just how it goes. Because
And you
apparently,
didn't even get to like get those sweet black glasses that you'd get now.
no, it was just red and blue. It gave you a headache by the end of the night. And if you wore glasses, they didn't work. Oh,
Oof.
there we get Shelly pulling another cruel joke. I'm counting that one. The axe is pretty popping out in the camera. That's 9. Yeah, look at it. That being said, it's funny because that was probably like one of the props they used either in a previous movie or something. Pretty clever.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty realistic. It looks like the kills. It looks almost better than the kills in this movie.
Oof.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
It's funny. If you notice too, the license plates and inspection stickers on the windshields and the cars, it's like the and even the NJ Lotto sign on the general store. It makes it think that it takes place in New Jersey, like the other one. But this film was actually filmed in California. But the original Friday was filmed in New Jersey, as you mentioned when we watched it on our first bonus episode podcast.
Would you count that as a yellow punch buggy or like a beige? Or
It's
what
like
the
a
hell
cream.
is that?
It looks
Like a cream?
an old smoked cream.
Yeah.
I do know for this one, unlike the other films, the entire set, all the cottages, the barn, everything was actually built for this movie around a lake. So
That's
it's its
super
own
cool.
thing. But when they built it, it was a man-made lake. So there was lots of flooding issues. So apparently, like while they were filming, the places were either flooding or shifting and falling apart while they were filming. And they had
You know
issues with the
what?
barn flooding and
I
shit.
think this is the one where they built the house for the movie and then it burned down just after they were done with it.
Yeah, well, actually, it was a hardcore fan, and it was later. As at least I'm reading now, it says that in 2005, a hardcore fan lit a fire in the fake fireplace in the cabin, which resulted in a cabin being burnt to the ground. At least one
Okay,
of the
that would be
cabins
it.
there.
Yeah, that would be it because the fireplace is still up, but the cabin's clearly burnt to shit.
Yep. Of course, he's looking at nudie mags. Oh, that's number 10. Wallet thrown at the camera. I like this encounter with the local like street gang. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah. It's funny. You see that earring he's wearing? That is the new style these days now. So it died and now it's back again. Yep. Not one I'm a huge fan of. I think it looks stupid, but anything looks good on certain people, right? It just depends. But like I hate how even people who know it doesn't look good on them just rock it because it's the style. And I'm like, stop. Notice how the original intro theme is playing in the background of this right now.
Oh yeah, I'm just vibing.
It's almost like they're like, we don't want to give more budget for the score, so we're just going to reuse the intro song throughout the movie.
Why not?
I mean, it's kind of cheap and lazy, but I understand. I come from movies where they reuse stock footage for 4 films in a row, so I can't really say much.
Exactly.
But this is a North American film. They should know better. The budget for this one is like twice of what like the highest budget Godzilla movie was. Just take that in.
Well, clearly one's better than the other, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. We don't want to start this conversation on the podcast.
It's gonna end up just Lucas screaming at me.
Yeah,
You're wrong. You're wrong.
This podcast ends a half hour earlier. We don't even get to the hour mark to see if Jason puts on the mask or not.
Dick.
Oh. Interesting. I noticed that too. The opening titles use Roman numerals, but yet this is one where it's actually called Part 3. Like they didn't use Roman numerals for Part 2 and Part 3, but everything else after this Part 4 they use Roman numerals. I wonder what was their deciding factor on doing that. Oh yeah, I was like, come on, dude.
But like, think about it. Just 4 bars. It's gonna look like the Black Flag logo.
Yeah.
Not gonna be that great on that one. May as well go to Different. Sorry, my cat is just staring at me.
Just like this guy's staring at him. This is what's gonna
Yeah,
happen to you.
basically. Yeah.
Boom! And she just smacks
3D.
you in the face.
More 3D. So what are we at? Like 9?
Yeah, it would be 11.
Oh, 11. I'm sorry, I'm off.
Yeah, there was the wallet and the axe in Shelly's head. Brought us
Oh,
to
yes.
10.
Okay, cool. So 11 with the fist going through the window.
Yep. That'd be what we're at now. I love how he does the accident and he chooses to roll over the motorcycles anyway. It's like they've gone too far. Yeah, and you got a hole in the windshield and it's not even your car. Have fun explaining that one.
And it's clearly like a piece of acrylic that they like cut out a few pieces and cracked it around the edging.
Interesting too. I didn't realize this at all
Another
when
one,
I watched
12.
it. Oh, yeah, there it is. This is the only Friday movie where none of the characters actually say the name Jason. And I guess this is maybe because it takes like place 1 or 2 days after part 2. And they say too that Jason's legendary slasher exploits are effectively still developing over a long weekend at that point. So he really hasn't been, because the last one was the first time he killed, right?
Yeah.
But people don't know it's him, so they're not really mentioning him. The last time he was mentioned to the police was like in the first one where he's like, the boy, Jason, he's still out there. I'm surprised when he stuck his hand through the windshield and was like, whoa, what happened, man? That wasn't another 3D shot.
Yeah. I always thought that. They missed an opportunity on that one.
I feel like it's
actually like show the I know, but they could have actually showed the damage that they did to it so you were more scared of the gang. But it's okay. Jason makes fast work with those people.
There you go. Yeah, and apparently there's some more there was extra footage of like the gang interfering with them, but it was cut to go within the time restraints they had to keep the runtime down. But it still exists, and there's like archive footage as well.
Get into my broken vehicular.
So Rick is the main character, I guess, right?
I guess so. Rick. Yeah, Rick.
So the actor apparently who plays Rick, he originally auditioned for the role of Andy, the guy with the yo-yo. But originally they're like, nah, you'll make a better Rick. I was like, I think that's good. You got the more advanced role. You probably got paid more. I mean, I doubt anyone really got paid a lot for these movies. So I couldn't imagine too that it originally only released in 3D. They didn't have a 2D version. It wasn't until it got a home release that it went to DVD or went to regular flat. So, of course, we get a booty shot. I like to hear too that you see the feet walking behind the car and you think it's Jason. That's just who we're anticipating it being. It's not. It's equally someone worse in their cases. Because I believe it's the Lucas. One biker guy, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the biker guy.
Yeah, it's the guy with the earring. Fucking growls at them. Yeah, that's not a huge red flag at all. If they're not going to turn and look, why wouldn't you just go or something? Who knows?
Extra dicks. They're just going to steal their gas.
Yeah. They're going to empty the gas so they can't. Because, I mean, imagine there, right? To get back to town, it's like a long drive. You can't just walk back to town. So if they empty their gas tank and the other car's damaged, they're not going to be able to really go to get food or anything, right?
But I feel like they would have stabbed their tires or something, you know what I mean? Because they ran over their bikes. No, they're just going to siphon the gas and burn the barn.
Well, I think they plan on sabotaging the whole area, but they're taking the gas because it's free gas for them, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
They take the gas. Maybe they save a little money on gas so they can fix their bikes.
I want her little keychains.
As like a cool like memorabilia item. Imagine what if you get your hands on any like actual movie props from Friday these days, or if they've all been scooped up by hardcore collectors in museums.
Most likely, but I mean, if you were to go to the filming locations, you could always get some like wood shavings or stuff like that.
I did read as well that the actor who played Crazy Ralph in the last one, the reason he was dispatched is because he didn't want to come back to do any other films. So they obviously had no issue with dispatching his character. but they felt like they needed a crazy old man for this one as well, which is why Abel, the guy with the eye in the middle of the road, kind of took his spot to kind of keep that era going.
I like Ralph better. There we go.
There's a lot of behind this, like in the background, Jason shots in this one. I do like that a lot. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I do get from a business point of view why this one has such low ratings online from critics, but like it's such a good film. I feel like if they went back and watched it non 3D, they might have a little better of a time. Weird. The entire cast, there's not a single blonde person in this movie. Everyone's brunette. I just thought of that too. Every single person. Very weird, because usually they have at least, oh god.
Would that be 3D?
No, because it's facing her, not us. Close though. I wouldn't count that one. But I'm pretty sure we get 3D. We get a 3D shot of that pitchfork later. Because I do remember there's a shot where a pitchfork comes at you. Because I remember, because looking at it when it comes at you, because there's 4 different points that all look the same coming at you, it hurt my eyes to focus on them. There's something always creepy about a farm, like an old barn too, as well.
Oh, I'd love it.
Oh, that's why they're siphoning their gas to pour in the barn, and they're going to burn down their barn. That's what the plan was. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it makes a little more sense. I didn't realize they were using the gasoline. Like, you could just light the barn on fire. There's so much dry hay in there.
Exactly. It's just an extra double FU, because now they can't get away either.
Just swinging from it. Yeah, how are they not cut by now? Oh, so now we know who the leader of the gang is. Oh, and she's gone. But you see the blue pants off to the left, whoever threw the rope to get that scene.
Yep.
They didn't step fully out of view there. There's a little bit of an oopsie. That's okay, though. Not that noticeable. It's only because we're looking for shit now. Ooh. Yeah, we're bound to get some 3D gimmicks now. You could technically count the one where she's swinging on the rope out towards the camera, but I feel like it's not enough in your face to really be like a gimmick, where they clearly should have shot it differently, but they shot it that way for 3D. That's what we're really looking for in this count. Because even that one would look 3D with the cigarette in his mouth, but it's not blatantly like in your face. That looks like a shot that would have been there regardless of it being 3D.
Dun, 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 dun.
When the music hits a high pitched ring, something bad's gonna happen.
Oh, 100%. I hate that his armband is upside down.
There's 13. The handle sticking out.
Also, his cigarette is never lit.
Yeah. I think he's waiting to like light it and then flick it into the gasoline.
Like a badass, but it looks like it's supposed to be lit. Like it's half gone, but it's 14. Never lit.
Now he gets impaled.
Oh no. Another 3D.
Yeah, I count that one as the same one. No, I count that as 15 because it's a different angle. Yep, 15. So we are 42 minutes in and we have 15. That's just the same one done again. We're not going to count that.
No one's opening the door for you.
Yeah, that's a bad idea, man. You don't want to go in there. But of course he goes in there because that's just how we do things. So if you had to rank, here's a hard question because these are the 3, in my opinion, hardest to rank on their own. 1, 2, and 3, worst to best. The ones we've watched so far.
Worst to best?
Yeah.
Second, 1, 3.
Yeah, you do like this one more than number 2, eh?
Yeah. And then if you did 3, 4, 5, it would be in that exact order.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this one and the last one are pretty tied for me. 2 and 3 are pretty tied. if I had to pick, obviously one is my favorite.
I really like one because that's a classic, and then this is just an iconic moment in the sense of when Jason actually gets his mask. Because
Yeah.
he like if you're not a fan of the Jason franchise and you show them Bag Jason, you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But when you see the mask, like when we were growing up and Halloween came around, everyone had that mask. You'd be like, Jason. I've never even seen the movie. That's Jason. But if someone came to school with like a bag on their head, they'd be like, what are you?
Again, with this one, there's several deaths and scenes from their deaths that had to be cut to avoid an X rating because of the MPAA at the time, which includes spoilers for ahead. Again, for those who don't have any spoilers, Andy's death, which showed his leg being cut off and his stomach being ripped open. Vera's death for too much gore and looking too real. And Edna's death was cut because of excessive blood flow. Chili's impalement was cut because of a shot showing streaming blood hitting the floor. And Debbie's death was also trimmed, which originally showed blood running down her chest and splattering on her face.
Wussies.
Yeah. That would have been nice. I do know there's another alternative ending to this. Actually, you know what? We'll get to the alternative ending as we get closer to the end. Yeah, so I didn't know, as we found out earlier, the one girl is pregnant, and this is the only film in the series to have a pregnant woman being killed by Jason.
I've watched this movie thousands of times. Probably not thousands, but you know what I mean. Like a lot. It's like, yes, it's like when you were watching those Godzilla movies, you know what I mean? Like you're like, I wore out the VHS. I had this on VHS. I basically did the same thing. I never have ever caught it like that moment, only because I've just never cared enough to catch it. I was just like, I want to see them all die. I want Jason to get the mask. I want it to hurry up.
I like this shot of them juggling because if you notice, they're both doing different juggling techniques.
Also, would the juggling be another 3D when they went up?
Oh yeah. Good catch. Obviously, the guy on the left, he's doing the proper juggling technique, the pass upwards to the hand and then throw up. That's the proper way. Shelly's doing it the lazy way, where you toss from hand to hand, and then he switches to that way. It just shows that he's better. Down. Yeah, I feel like he did that exclusively just to say, "Hey, I'm actually good at this." Oh, fire poker!
Not let him show him up.
There's a fire poker and a booty shot there, and it's funny because the fire poker is a little bit of a foreshadow.
Sort of.
Yeah, he is. That's when you say, I can teach you.
Am I a clown? Do I amuse you? Her name's Vera, right?
And shut down.
Oh, 100%. Her name's Vera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you think that's a Pink Floyd nod?
Maybe.
Vera, what has become of you?
I feel like it's just a pretty popular name back then. Oh, calls her a bitch. Well, yeah, I mean.
Yeah. She's got a kangaroo pouch thing on her shirt. Duh.
10 signs. It's a red flag. She's wearing all red, but 10 signs, all 10 of them wearing a kangaroo pouch.
Agreed.
Though I think she survives a little longer, and I find it ironic that she dies thinking that it's Shelly. I think that's the whole premise there. I'm pretty sure Shelly doesn't get an on-screen death. He's an off-screen death in this one. You never really know what happens to him.
Oh, with Shelly?
Yeah.
You don't, if I'm correct, you don't see it happen, but he falls through the door. Or I could be wrong.
Like they find his body, but you never see him die.
No, I think he falls through the door and they think he's faking, but he's actually bleeding.
Oh, because right there.
Yeah, like I think it happens amongst there, and then he falls through the cabin door, and they're like, "Oh, Shelly, we're not falling for it again," but he's actually dead this time. Or actually, no, because isn't Shelly wearing the mask when he dies, and then Jason steals it?
Yes, that's right, because he has to do the whole jump out of the water thing with the. You haven't even seen him.
Okay, we're dumb. Yet. Also, booby.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a side boob. It wasn't a full boob.
Side booby.
Can't count that. I think this is where she talks about the whole thing that happened with her and Jason in the woods when he attacked her, but then she ends up getting away. I like how the eye, Abel showing the eye in the middle of the roadway, is just like a little foreshadow as well to when Rick gets his head crushed with the other 3D gimmick shot we get.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting to look out for. Debbie, the character, is reading an issue of Fangoria magazine when she is killed. We'll have to keep an eye out for that.
If Jason is in that issue.
I mean, maybe at the time.
You got to see what's the cover, and then you find the date of it, and then see what's in the magazine.
We'll look it up. So this is 1982. And we'll check it out, and we'll have to see. We just have to find out when this movie was made.
Like, guess exactly. I fell asleep.
It must have been 1981 if it came out here. So
I don't like her in this exact moment to be like, well, I guess I fell asleep.
No, this isn't.
It doesn't make me feel sympathetic for her at all.
No, because
am I a dick? Because like,
movie.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like I don't feel bad.
Like, it's supposed to be a terrifying
you're fucking around in the ghost or in the forest. Like, what are you saying?
And not to mention, if it was so traumatizing, why is she not that, memorable? What happened?
I guess I just fell asleep.
I do know that this film was actually filmed in like the winter months where they were, and it was actually really cold. That's why there's not a lot of swimming scenes. And there's a lot of shortcuts of them outside because you could see their breath and they didn't want you to think it was cold.
And he attacked me. Oh.
So I'd assume this would be December. Let's go with the December issue. Because if so, it's got the ghost story on the front of it. We'll have to check the cover. Because there is an April 1981 cover that has Friday the 13th Part 2 cover on it. And it has like Pamela's dead head.
And then Jason farted. Sorry. It was terrible. I died.
So when she's reading the magazine, I've got all the covers up so we can find out which exact issue she's holding. So we can give that little fact when it hits. So they say in that
9 minutes from now,
it was an hour in that we saw Jason's mask for the first time. Jason in mask.
I'm counting it down.
Because I'm pretty sure it's dispatched pretty quickly. Like, if I remember correctly, Shelly's wearing the mask and he's in the wetsuit, and he jumps out and scares her, and then he walks off. He's immediately dispatched that we don't know of, and then Jason shows back up with the mask and he's like, "I told you to stop it," and then he's like, "Wait a minute, you're not Shelly. Who are you?" And then she gets dispatched.
Yeah.
So I feel like it might fall right at the hour mark, but we'll have to wait and see.
We're getting up there. At least there's been pretty good action thus far.
Yeah, like this one's got good
and the
pacing.
Other two. Well, then exactly. Like that's why I like this one the most, at least for me. Like the other two, you have to wait a pretty long time because it's more build the story, right?
Yeah,
you got to figure out what the hell's happening.
Almost gives you that early horror feel before it actually hits.
Because like when Shelly falls out of the closet, you're totally led to believe that would, he's already dead.
Yeah. Because it looks pretty convincing.
Yeah, but and then in the end, clearly it's just Shelly being Shelly, and then he's not. And that's why they don't believe him later on, right? It's like he's crying wolf the entire time, and then when it actually happens, you're just like, oh, okay.
So it was funny too that was the one cabin that didn't have a bathroom, and they had it and built it that way specifically so they could have the outhouse scenes.
I don't want to use an outhouse. That'd be terrible. I mean, I have used it, but it would suck to actually like live in a scenario like this where it's like middle of winter. Cause we're in Canada. So
yeah,
blizzard. And then you got to take a shit and then literally hike through like 1.5 feet of snow to get to this. And then your butt gets stuck to wood or something.
Hey, you'd probably learn to hold your pee.
Pee in bottles.
Exactly.
I would literally just open the window and just start peeing in the snow at that
Hey,
point.
and if you're cold, just pee your pants. It warms you up a little bit.
You need to
Oh,
rig up a funnel and a hose.
Sits on the can, smokes a joint. There you go, buddy.
Because I know it's going to be a spoiler, but remember in that other movie, the other Friday movie, because I can't remember exactly which one, when the one kid goes to see his brother and then he's singing to his girlfriend outside of the bathroom and then she gets killed, but he's got diarrhea from burritos or tacos or some shit. Worst way to die. I don't want to die in a toilet.
You don't want to Elvis it? No.
No.
Immediately
mid poop? No, I'm out. Also, this man didn't wipe, I don't think.
I don't think he got to do anything. He sat down, smoked, and then someone started rattling the thing on him.
Fair enough.
Smartest move that man ever did was not go into the barn after whoever it was, because he was literally baiting him to kill him. See, I thought he was going to do the right thing, and then the woman comes and ruins it. Way to go, girl.
Every time I see this barn, I always think of part 6 with Roy. Because I think of him falling out the top of it or whatever, and then landing on the spikes, and I'm like, oh, that's such a good way to kill Jason. And then they find out that it's not Jason. They're like, oh no. Spoilers.
Is that part 6? I thought it was part 5. Part 6 is Jason Lives, no? It goes part 4, the final chapter, part 5, the new beginning.
Yes, my bad. Part 5.
Okay.
Part 5, because Tommy thinks that he killed him, and then adult version, and then
that's right.
Yeah, he's in the
because it goes Tommy goes from kid to teenager to adult.
Yes. So 4, 5 are probably my favorite 2 story wise, because I mean you get Tommy and it's the only actual continued story.
Yeah. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the big hitters. And I feel like I like 2 and A New Blood equally, and then the rest of them, besides the first one, kind of get all blended together.
I feel like later on it's just more about the kills than the actual story, because we just want to see Jason at that point. You're like, I don't care who it is. It's just some dumbass counselor is gonna die. See, this is what time is it?
This is Shelly's point here. So we're at 56 minutes.
Okay, cool. So within 4 minutes, Jason will get his mask.
Yep. Ideally, 1 hour exactly into the film.
It's Jaws.
Even it's kind of Jaws like music. I like that. It's a nice touch. There's the mask.
I have it. I keep looking at it.
Because he's stupid. That's why. No, you don't. You turned him down not even too long ago. There you go.
Feels, brother, feels. Being a jerk is better than being nothing.
Poor guy.
What an angsty guy.
Mm-hmm. He's like, you don't even checking me out in my wetsuit.
I don't want to put on a wetsuit. Boy, thick.
You thick.
Felt like Hank Hill there for a second. Just kick her right off the dock.
I was gonna say right after that, I noticed she doesn't put her feet back in the water though. She's petrified now for that. Oh, this is no good for Shelly. Poor Shelly.
Peanut butter Shelly time. Peanut butter Shelly. Where he at? Where he at?
Where he at? Yeah, that's right. Because he just walks into the barn and then isn't seen again. I think that's
what time are we? Sorry, I'm going to be a bug until
that's right. We're at
57. Now I'm just curious.
Almost 58 minutes. So we got 2 more minutes. She's still got to drop the wallet in the water and then try to go get it, and then he'll show up. So it's probably going to hit right at the hour. That's pretty cool if it's an hour right on the nose. Because he's got the harpoon gun and the mask in hand, and that's the weapon of choice for the next kill. So
Chuck and Chili, I like that.
What are you guys doing in there? I don't know. Probably leave them alone. Being nosy is going to get you up to no good, Shelly. Take it from us. We know.
We've seen it before.
He's not listening. We're time travelers. Listen to us. Oh, excuse me. Speaking of root beer, I mean, it's Dr. Pepper, but still gives you the burps. I don't know. You're never going to live to see it, though, boy. And sealed his fate. Creepy ass dead cow head.
I forgot I set this up.
Yeah, and then essentially he dies off screen. That's what we get. Yeah, because she's got to drop the wallet in the water. I remember this because this is I was going to type in our 17th gimmick now because it's what happened. Butterfingers slips and drops the wallet in the water.
That would have been a good commercial for him.
Yeah. Eat our chocolate bar and you'll get harpooned in the face by Jason.
All right, maybe not, I guess. If you don't eat it, you'll get harpooned. If you eat it, though, you'll be good. You'll be like, I don't know.
No,
whoever lives, you'll be like Tommy. Be like that one guy that leaves the farm and goes to the bar and refuses to come back because he'd rather just get hammered.
Yes.
Be that guy.
There it is.
First time
1 hour. Exactly the 1 hour mark.
Exactly 1 hour. Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So exactly 1 hour we see him. And there he is in all his glory. Yeah. That ain't Shelly. And here's number 17. That's not funny. Oh,
3D.
Yeah, there's 17. Damn, boy.
He is one tall man.
I love the way he looks in this one, and I like that we actually get to see full shots of him like that. It really makes it more hunking.
You didn't see the foam around the arms. Like you see the the extra padding to make him look bigger.
Yeah, I always just assumed that was like his grotesque demeanor, like his body was misshapen. I actually never thought of that.
I now that you mention it, I could see it like that, right?
But I definitely
looking at it as
the way you see it.
Special effect. Yeah, I was like, I see it as a special effects moment where I'm like, yeah, they just wrapped his arms with foam and they were like, this makes you look thicker.
It's like Godzilla when he has the thick necks. It's like, yeah, that's because he's built, but it's really because that needs to be thick for the suit actor's head to be there. So here, I'm guessing when she's reading the magazine, we'll look at the cover. And then we'll see which Fangoria magazine it is. Is it boobs? Boob. There you go. So this is the first official boob scene.
It's the bobs.
Yeah, he wants a brew. A brew. Oh, that's right. We get so many jack of trades. This guy and Shelly juggling, and he does handstands. Right? It's a handstand scene.
Yeah.
He walks around on his hands. Look at this psycho shot right here. It tripped me out when I saw the feet the first time.
Yes, I do. Share. Oh, also another worst way to die, or one of the worst way to die while you're doing a handstand.
Yeah, because where's that blade gonna go? Yeah. Yo, I wonder how many times they had to do that shot to get him. I mean, was he really just that good at doing handstands, or did they have to do like multiple takes?
Yeah,
drives me crazy that she. I mean, she was just closing the door. I was gonna say if she left the water on, I would have been pissed. Like, it's not like you're in the city, bitch. Oh, I love that he's just standing there.
Where's he got the beers?
I think he was going down right there to get it. Oh. So that one was originally supposed to like cut off his leg and gun him at the same time, but they had to cut it for the X rating. Still, it was an effective shot. I like it how they do the clear floor shot where they clearly had him on top of like plexiglass so they could shoot from underneath.
Oh, for sure. But I'd love to see the other death scene of him actually like, the leg getting cut off and like the
actually, you know what? I wonder if it was that or if he was on a mirror and a reflective surface and they shot from the mirror on an angle. I think it was probably the see-through floor they did. That makes more sense from a cinema point of view, so you don't get mirror shot.
Yeah, just
which, by the way, mirror shot is when you get reflective light bouncing off a reflective material into the lens.
Yep.
For those who don't know.
Well, you ain't getting it.
Nope. You ain't, bish. So we're almost at the 1:04 mark. So let's see what magazine it is here.
Every time he says Andy, or she says Andy, now I keep thinking of Toy Story.
I was about to say Toy Story.
You got a friend in me.
She was gonna have a friend in her, but he got dispatched real fast.
She did have a friend in her.
I guess, yeah, technically it was after shower sex.
They already banged. That's why they're dying.
True.
Nah, it's me, Woody.
Oh, so there's the Fangoria magazine. Waiting for her to pick it up so I can see a better shot of it.
There's 2 editions.
Let's see. I just gotta see the cover so I can figure out which one it is. Show us the cover.
Show us the cover. Show us your cover.
Oh, it's Godzilla.
Hey, there you go.
And there's the 2 towers. Megalon and Godzilla fighting on the 2 towers.
25 years of Godzilla. So what year was that?
I'll just search through them right now to find, as I got the digital versions up. Oh, right through the chest. I'll be able to find it now. While we watch this, I'll just scrub through them. Oh, also when Jason macheted him, the machete downwards, another 3D shot. Another gimmick shot. I believe it's this one, if I'm correct. So let's see.
I was just making popcorn. Get better.
As they give her something to scream about. Oh,
sounds like my sex life.
Because this is the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah. Be
a man. Well, that's just stereotypical and rude.
That's sexist. This is 2021.
Exactly.
I'm scared of the dark.
I was seeing if it was the part 2 when it's not. Let's see if we can find it. Because the cover had a glimpse of hair. That's why it's like I can.
It was like a purple cover with a black top.
Yeah, which is why I thought it was this one, but it's not. I will find it. I will succeed.
And buy it.
And buy it.
Well, it's got Godzilla in it, so it's best of both worlds, right? Is it not?
That's what I'm saying. Sounds like a no-brainer to me. Maybe if I just look up
Booty.
Fangoria 25
Friday part
years of Godzilla.
You should do Friday the 13th part 2 or part 3 Fangoria magazine.
It's Fangoria 1.
Oh, is it?
It's the very first one, I believe. Let me just double check to be sure.
Because like Reddit's probably got. Oh, see, here's Shelly.
Oh, they think he's dead, or they think he's joking. Oh,
cried wolf way too many times.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's Boy Who Cried Wolf. Oh, great shot. Light turns on and Jason's standing right behind him. Dope.
Powers back out. I also like that how they had the Lipton tea, but it was like super old boxes.
Yeah.
Nah, he did.
Yepers. That boy is dead.
Shelly's dead. I always hated that scene. He sounds fucking ridiculous. Shelly's dead.
I like how they have the fire going. You can still see like the fire reflecting. Oh, there's 19.
Red Hot Poker.
Yeah. You can see the fire reflecting on the background of the cottage
Oh
there.
my god. She's a terrible actor.
Yep, I agree.
Evil Dead now?
Oh, I'd say that's 20. Even though it's used in different contexts, so I count that as 2. Oh, I like how you hear the back in the background there.
Kill, mama.
I like.
They're not allowed to bitch. At least it's not raining.
All right. I'd be like,
or snowing. Once we are done these ones, like all through the Friday franchise, I got to show you the fan films that a couple of people I follow have made real good. There's one that is in another camp, and then there's one during winter time.
Oh, really? That'd be cool to see a winter one.
They're only like a half hour, 40 minutes, but like really well done. Really good concepts.
Ooh.
Also crowdfunded, so like always cooler when it's something like that.
Absolutely. And just to kind of dive into a different kind of area of media, look at Protest the Hero, their album Volation. It was their first crowdfunded record, and it won the Canadian equivalent,
an Emmy.
No, it's a Grammy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those. We suck.
Yeah, I'm not into award ceremonies and that kind of thing.
Everyone gets a participation medal.
Yeah. Yeah, but either way, it was a crowdfunded album and it won an award, which is pretty cool. I will now find that for sure. As soon as, say go with him. Otherwise, it's gonna be real quick.
Yeah, once I actually
Juno. It was a Juno. They won a Juno in 2014 for best album of the year. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Album of the year. They also won at the Golden God Awards in 2009. They won a best viral video for when their band broke down. That's funny.
Trying to figure the video through my
head. We get gimmick number 21. This is the worst special effect in this movie, in my opinion. This and the snake in the beginning are the worst. But the kill's so cool and the buildup is awesome, so I almost don't hate the special effect. Practical effect, I should say.
Silence.
Here we go. I like how you can hear the bones crushing.
Yeah. It doesn't look the greatest, but remember, it would be like the same thing with the Godzilla movies. These aren't supposed to be seen as clean as we get to now.
Yeah, this one's still pretty choppy. I mean, this is the 80s. This is pretty.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to justify that. But on VHS with the darker, more graininess.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have noticed that his skin tone was, fake white, basically.
Plus with the red and blue 3D, you definitely wouldn't have noticed because you would have been just a weird color anyway.
So I think when it came out, it would have looked a little better and you wouldn't have noticed as much of the strings, but it's kind of like a Godzilla moment where we notice it because it's done better now, or at least
because I will say this is 1982. 1984 is when the next Godzilla film was made after their hiatus, and the Heisei series starting in 1984. I have nothing bad to say about any of the special effects. They are off the walls, incredible.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
it's the only thing I could get over how cheesy the special effects are in some of these movies. I just wish you didn't see the string. When his eye came out, you seen the string. When the snake comes out, you see the string.
The
I don't
Heisei
like that.
series is pretty good for hiding strings. They were getting more into like the special effects works of that era, and they were able to do more with it. Definitely excited to see the Heisei series. That's the series because it's like these movies. Like, yeah, we grew up watching these ones, so we love them. But like we love 4, 5, and 6 because those are the good films. You know what I mean? It's the same way with Godzilla. Like I grew up with the Showa era, so I love it. But the Heisei ones are like the definitive good films. So that's how I feel with this series, kind of similar. Like 1, 2, and 3 are solid. We grew up with them, but they're kind of outdated and a little cheesy. But 4, 5, and 6 are really well done.
Like I've watched 1, 2, and 3 probably the most, because usually when you show people them, you're like, yeah, you want to binge them. You get up to the third one, you're like, all right, this is basically as far as you really need to watch.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've showed people movies like that, and it's just like that's as far as you get, and then you're just like, well, watch the other ones like another time, because there's 6 hours, 7 hours.
Whew. Couldn't have closed the door that hard. Or did Jason open it?
No, it's the Evil Dead wins.
Oh, they coming. Jason let one rip. Here they come. The evil wins. I think we get another, as I mentioned in the second one, we got the first scene. Oh, no, in the first one, you got it too. The first window throw kill. This is another one where he just tosses dead bodies through windows. For anyone that repairs and does window building, just go anywhere where Jason is and you'll have pretty much a job year round replacing all these fucking windows, because the guy just yeets things through windows on the daily.
Maybe once a year you'll have to replace a real big window.
Boom. All right, for some reason I remember Rick lasting a lot longer than he has.
Nope.
I forgot he gets dispatched pretty early on. Oh, that's a great shot. That's probably one of my favorite Jason Voorhees shots, when he comes in through the window with the fire lighting on him and the wind's blowing everything around. That's an amazing shot. Yeah. It makes his stature look more intimidating. So we get a look up shot, and then when she's about to have the up play on him, it's a downward shot. A little bit of nice filmography there.
Also, you notice that when Jason was walked up, he only looked right to left, because with the mask on, he can't look up.
Yep.
Right. So you can't literally look up yet. So that's why he only was able to look left and right and not see the bookshelf being pushed over. Blah.
Yeah, bitch, I would lock that door. Just get away from the door. He's got a weapon. Yeah, at least she got lower. Still never got the point of hiding. Hiding has never worked. Yeah. And then you just screamed and gave yourself away too. Up furniture. This box upwards. Hey, at least they follow that instruction, right? They put their boxes away. They put them in the correct angle. Oh, here's Jason. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to chop this bitch down.
I like that it's
smart.
You could literally get through that door so easily.
I like that too. Like, unlike most killers, when they just axe through the door, he's doing the smart thing and he's axing by the handle.
Yeah.
That's where you want to go, because either you jimmy the lock from hitting it and it breaks out, or you just get a hole big enough you can reach through and turn the handle.
But Jason is a complete tank. Within like the first or second swing, that man would have been through that thing.
Oh, yeah. I like how she does the psycho. You know how Norman Bates swings the knife?
Yeah, yeah.
It's exactly how she was doing in that scene. I wonder if that was a nice homage to Norman Bates in the Psycho movies.
Most likely. Because even like the closet scene of him getting through it, you could have been like, here's Jason.
22. Got to point out that you could obviously, that was a reverse shot. That's how they did that, by the way.
Yeah.
They had the knife stuck in and then it was on a string and they yanked it out. Pretty smart. I also like how when she jumps through the window there, obviously that's a stunt double.
Also, this is a Myers moment. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, true. But I like how when she goes out the window, she kicks the glass out. So that's the smart thing to do so we don't get cut. Smart. This girl, this is the second time she's fallen.
In love with Jason.
So if I recall correctly, it was the girl who got right through the chest in the hammock. That was the pregnant girl, right?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was this girl or not, but it's not because she lives. Though I'm pretty sure in the other cut we were talking about, the other ending, it actually happens where she comes back to land and she goes in the building after she's on the boat, and then she's confronted by Jason and Jason kills her. That was how it was supposed to end, but they changed the ending to the one we got, which I like. I like the ending. It's a lot more creepy. Oh, no, don't use that. It's got no gas. Get the keys. Keys don't matter. We know that, but obviously she doesn't.
What would suck is that the entire time she's like, I just need to get to this van. I just need to get to this van. I just need to get to this van.
Yeah.
Nah.
You're not going to get very far, girl. I'm pretty sure it stalls on the bridge, right?
Yeah.
I like that. That she speeds up at him because, like, who stops? Because I believe it's in the New Blood when it's the classic, horror trope line that's always used where it's like, because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly. And they go to charge him, but he stops the car before they hit him.
Yeah. See, that's what they do in the video game. Because the other day when Jill was playing it, I was trying to drive through Jason. I was like, just keep driving, just drive. And the guy, did not allow that to happen.
Here he comes. Not to mention, you can see the wood starting to bend on the bridge. Yeah. Oh, it's got reserve. But it doesn't matter because then the car falls through the bridge.
Idiot.
For those watching on YouTube, this shot right here of Jason choking her through the van, that is the picture that we used for our thumbnail for this video.
Is it?
Yeah. You're choking me through the van.
Oh, baby.
It's just what I like. Oh, falls and hits her head. I do like how she's the one to become the final girl as well, because she was the one who had the encounter with him all those years ago. So this whole time,
gets the full circle.
Yeah, because the whole time he's wearing the mask, she doesn't know it's him. But obviously, in the ending, when he's seen through the window without his mask, she's like, oh, "It's you," and she knows it's him. Then, or no, it's when he removes the mask.
Yeah, but if I was this girl and I was watching this man attack me or like has run away, you'd already know. You'd be like, "This is literally like the same dickhead."
Mm-hmm. It's like, who else is that crazy that lives out here? And I love how the whole foreshadow of the barn that was like building up for this being the final place. I like it. Dun, 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 dun. Because I'm pretty sure the only people we see dispatched in the barn are the people who weren't from the camp.
Yeah.
Everyone else, like Shelly and the other two people, they either got away
Cabins
or they were shown off dead. Yeah. So because they were waiting for the final showdown to be in this barn. And they've showed it just sparingly enough that we kind of get the layout. So when she's doing the whole hiding from him thing, we know why it's so effective and why it works. Again, I really am a big fan of this shot. The camera zooms and pans up as he walks through the places, and you get a full shot of him actually searching, which you don't usually get. Usually it cuts and you just hear the killer rummaging around, and it's from the perspective of the person hiding. But I like that we actually get to see him pulling that off.
We get both kind of, so we get where she is and then where he is. Very
clever shooting. I do like that a lot.
There's literally just a cameraman up on the beam just aiming down.
Yeah. I love that he searches like in the silliest places. Yeah, like she's hiding in that box.
She may have been.
Jesus. But another cool thing it's nice. He's actually looking for her. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't know where she is. Unlike most of the time, he fakes it just in order to build the suspense. And then he dispatches them. He really has no idea where she is. I think, and again, it's from what you said earlier. He can't see up and down, right?
Yeah.
So it's really smart. He has to look up right there.
And like even that, he has to like lean backwards to kind of see up. It's very limited view in that mask.
I like that we see Jason throw a lot of weapons in this one.
Ding.
Like that's a pretty realistic thing too, because they use warped wood a lot of the time as things to use for blocking off doors, like they have there. Because they use warped wood because it has more bends, so it's stronger in the sense that it doesn't look nice, but it's stronger. So when you throw a machete into that, there's so many ridges and curves that it was more than likely to get stuck.
Yeah.
A little bit of realism added that was totally unneeded or not necessary, but it's appreciated.
Very naughty wood.
I see what you did there. The shoveler. What is this, Mystery Men? Next thing you know, the blue Raja is going to come out of nowhere. And then the spleen is just going to fart and Paul Rubin's going to blow everyone away.
Oh, Noose time.
Smart of the girl. Because you know what? At least like in her mind, like it kills him or it keeps him, captivated.
I feel like this is one of the rare times in horror movies where the killer's like, all right, I knocked him out. I should probably do a little more, not just run away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they always knock him out and they're just like, all right, I'm gonna bail.
That's a really good shot too. Because I want to know how they did that one, because is he on wires as well? Because when he hits, the rope goes taut, like, and I don't think that's a dummy, because it has pretty, he goes stiff and then he waggles. So like, it doesn't look like it's a dummy.
Now they have a hook on his belt that when they drop them,
that's where it gets taut from, and the rope doesn't go taut around his neck.
Yes, exactly. So it like pulls up through the rope. It's trick rope. I've checked into seeing how they do that in movies and stuff like that. Usually it's a hook around your pants or like a safety vest on the inside of their shirt that you just can't see, and it runs up the noose. Unlike
in Back to the Future, the one where they go in the Wild West, where I know Marty, so
the bungee.
Michael Fox.
Yep. Michael J. Fox.
He when it drops, when he's getting strangled on the rope, he was getting choked, and everyone just thought he was a good actor, but he was actually couldn't breathe, and he was actually getting hung.
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty brutal, and that's actually in the cut of that film.
Can you imagine if that actually was an accident that happened?
Yeah. Oh my
That'd be like a shame.
It's like Brandon Lee in The Crow, right? When
I was just thinking
prop gun. Yeah. Oh, love this. This is the moment we get where he reveals himself. Yeah. And that's when she knows it's him. Oh, I love that his teeth are all ganged up too. Extra nice touch. Because obviously he doesn't brush in his teeth, so. And having that deformity obviously probably moved his bone and skin structure. I don't like.
Because he was just like hiding out there for the entire time, basically.
That's 23. Bloody arm up in the camera. Yeah. And we get a 24th, which I'll just add right now. It's about to happen when the axe is sticking out of his scenes. Head. Yeah.
See, this is how when you watch this movie and you're a mask collector, you get 2 masks for this movie, because you get the part 3 with the cut and without the cut.
Yeah. And I like that cuts continuity. It stays in his masks going forward.
Exactly.
Because that's in his head.
Like they couldn't just write that out and be like, okay, so what happened?
Because, in the second one, he gets a machete in the shoulder. He gets beaten around a bit, but never is he like, that's a kill shot. Like he should be dead, but he still comes back. So I feel like after this one is when I know Jason Lives is technically when he comes back as the zombie. But in my mind, like after this one, this is when it's like really, like this is where it's like driven home, pun intended, that he is definitely supernatural in some way to have lived through that.
Well, I like to think that when she hit him with the axe, because his head's all like warped and whatnot, she hit like a muscular kind of chunky spot of flesh.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually like straight into skull, because his head is massive and deformed.
Yeah. Also, another reason for that is because after this one, he's not really affected by like, hits and stuff like that in the next ones until he's got the final drive home in number 4. But he's not really, if you notice, like in this one and the last one, whenever he gets hit by somebody, he actually reacts with pain. But in the 4th one, he doesn't. So I wonder if her driving the axe into his brain hit the part that like causes like his nerve damage for pain and emotion. So that's why he doesn't feel pain anymore. And that's why when people hit him in the 4th one, that he doesn't really get affected by it as much.
Also flashback to the first one.
Yep. I was about to say, yeah, this feels like a lot like the first one, eh?
And Ari Lehman comes out of the water.
Except for it's a different one person in this one.
Chasing the boy.
That is the thing I hate about this movie. It's the one thing I will say I don't like, besides the 3D gimmicks, which I can withstand and understand. But the ending when his mom jumps out just like he did in the first one, stupid.
Hey, don't talk shit about Pam. She's
I
trying to be a
will.
good mom.
Because it ruins, because in the first one he was alive. That makes sense, but she's been beheaded. There's no way she should be in the water. You know what I mean? I don't like that addition. I don't like it. I think it was a mistake. I think going with the original where she goes into the cabin and gets finished off by Jason is a much better ending.
The tree, the bird.
Notice how the
Nature
ending always
hates
ends
this
with
girl.
an animal, like the dog, and then this one, and it's a duck, and then the kill happens.
It's because they're trying to like make us seem all like feel all peaceful.
I like this shot too. He looks crazy in the scene.
This is me waiting for a package to show up.
Oh my god, that's a meme.
This is legitimately waiting. Let me out.
Me waiting for my package to arrive.
Yeah, this is me when I buy dumb shit, and I'm like, it needs to be here. I see the mailman, that smile and all.
Yeah, if there is one thing I would change about this movie, it would be the 3D gimmicks, which this is solved for us here because it's not 3D. And this ending, I don't like. I think the ending of her going into
me
the
to come
cabin
get my package
and being killed by him would have been a better ending.
Me back inside with my package. Everything is fine now.
When your Uber Eats driver doesn't understand instructions. I like how you get the snake and stuff crawling out of her face. Like, it's still a good effect.
I think it's
like,
a worm or a leech or something.
Oh, leech would make sense, yeah. But I don't like how she, has her head again and how she's a zombie. I don't like it. Could have been done better, but it doesn't completely ruin the film by any means.
I think she's just dreaming.
Is that the case? Does she actually just see all that? Is that true?
I think she's just like imagining it in the sense of when she's like in the, like she's been chased for so long, kind of like how the first one was. And she's like, what about the boy? And then they were like, what boy?
Okay, so maybe it was all in her head then because she's alive.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's real because she's also not in a canoe right
now. I
like
how she actually goes crazy here. Like she starts laughing maniacally.
Yeah, because even in the other one, they see her and they're like, "Ma'am, you're in a canoe kind of moment." She's chilling and just sketchy.
Yeah, she looks literally crazy.
Uh-huh. Don't go over the bridge. It's shit.
Like, she's crazy. Yeah. Not bad. I guess that kind of makes the excuse for her mom his mom jumping out of the water if it's all like a vision. But that almost ruins the idea of the first one of us not knowing, because then you're like, okay, well then the first one must have been just a vision that he didn't actually jump out of the lake. But did he?
Dun, dun, dun.
So that whole scene of him banging on the window never happened then too, because he's right there. Okay. I get it now. Okay. Right? Not as bad. I can deal with that one. That's all right.
And then he's going to pull a Robert Englund.
Detective Josh is on the case. No, he doesn't move. It's just the end.
I have a PhD in detective.
Yeah, so for better or for worse, it has its issues, but it's definitely not a bad film by any means. And I really don't think it deserves the 7% it has on Rotten Tomatoes.
No.
Considering Jason Takes Manhattan has 8, that should not have a 7.
No. Jason Takes Manhattan compared to this is like flaming garbage.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. It's not good.
No, it's not good by any means.
Nothing's as bad as Jason Goes to Hell.
And it's a shame that that's Kane Hodder's appearance as Jason 2. I know he's in A New Blood, but it's a shame that they have such a good Jason for Jason Takes Manhattan and they have a shitty story. Yeah, exactly. Because he's so good in A New Blood. Like, I know New Blood and Jason Lives are like the highest rated ones. Besides the original has a 64%, but Jason Lives has a 48 and New Blood has a 33%, which still isn't great by any means, but it's the better of the series with their ratings anyway. But screw Rotten Tomatoes.
We just get a sweet ending credits that are going to be like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll just do our outro over the credits, folks, for those who are watching along with us. But yeah, so pretty great. I mean, we've hit the first 3. These are, in my mind, and I'm sure Josh feels the same way, these are the first 3 films that really set up what the rest of the series is going to be. Once 4 hits, that's when it truly starts to feel like continuity and it's actually telling a story. with their
one is
Tommy
my
character.
favorite.
Yeah, we get Corey Feldman in the next one. Woo!
Yeah,
boy,
Feldman.
my
Well, he was
boy.
filming the Goonies.
Exactly.
Well, almost.
Yeah. We'll dive more into that when we do that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about what he's done and stuff like that, and Corey Feldman's experience on set and what he thought of the film, and et cetera, et cetera.
I'm excited.
Hell yeah. So that pretty much wraps up this bonus episode, part 3, Friday the 13th. Obviously, next would be part 4, new chapter, as we were just saying. Me and Josh are quite excited to do that one. Lots of great characters. And honestly, the ones that follow just keep getting, I wouldn't say better, but definitely hold the same high esteem level with that regarding their characterization, their storytelling, and their special effects. I think they're all very well done. Alrighty, guys. So as always, if you have any cool fun facts about this film or future films and you'd love to share them with us, we'd love to hear about them and share them with others on the cast itself. So if you have anything, please comment below if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can add us at Facebook, Twitter at Killer Kaiju Cast, or, you can always send us a good old email at killerkaijupodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, guys, enjoy your spooky horror movies and let us know if there's any horror movies you want to see, and tune in for our rest of our Godzilla series, which we shall be finishing off soon. Take care, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.